All right, here we go. And there's Max 611. Good evening, all. Welcome to In the Paint. We are broadcasting live here on YouTube. Also, if you wish to participate on the show, you join us on YouTube. Not YouTube, excuse me. I'm messing up already. Google Hangouts, that is. I'll provide you with a link. Give me an email, blah, 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 blah. We'll have you on with us live and direct. Welcome to In the Paint. Again, I'm joined by the man that created the show. That'd be me. He's over there. Mac, what's up, brother?
What's up? What's up? Good evening, everyone. Let's get it. Let's get it.
Let's get it.
Subscribe to that channel,
That's right.
ITP4Life. Subscribe, tell your friends, holla at
All
us.
that.
Check the Facebook group, join it, tell your friends, holla at us.
That's it. That's it right there. And of course, we're also joined by my man Chandler. I think he's on mute right now. Well, maybe he is. Oh, you're back. Okay, how you doing, Chandler?
I'm hanging in there, man. I'm hanging in there.
Yeah,
that's right.
I feel,
that's right.
I feel it. Exactly. You know what I'm saying? We got some stuff, man. I gotta tell you, I didn't really have a lot to talk about tonight.
I got some stuff though.
Oh no, hold on. Let me finish.
I know.
I'm talking about right after last week. But then we had a couple of fights.
Yes.
We've seen some stuff develop. There's some talk about the NBA and NBA who was going to be MVP of the NBA season this year.
Me.
And lastly, what we're going to start off with is the curious case of Kareem Hunt getting signed today with the Cleveland Browns. What are some of our thoughts about this development?
Really? It wasn't gonna happen? I mean, he is who he is. I don't know if him particularly going to Cleveland will work out, specifically because he is from the area, if I'm not mistaken. He's from Ohio. Listen, young man, you've been in trouble before multiple times. Not just that incident with the young lady, but fights and other situations like that, drinking involved. Cut your mans in them who are keeping you in trouble and allowing you to get in trouble. Your entourage should be of the ilk of Kareem. Nah, you can't do that, bro. Nah, that's a bad look. You need somebody in your corner to tell you who's not just hanging on because you're a famous running back and you're making millions of dollars. You need somebody in that camp who sees the present and the future for you and knows that if you get in trouble again, you might not get another chance. But I think, and I'm gonna finish this off, if he gets in trouble again, because he's so young and he's so good, he'll get a third chance because of what's happened with other NFL players and their situations with trouble. They got third chances. And I'm gonna end it with that.
Okay.
For now.
Yeah, because we're gonna bounce this back and forth, obviously, and if other people join the call, they could talk about it as well. I gotta tell you, my thing is a bad message. You understand? It's being sent by the NFL and whatnot. So again, I go back to you got batterers, you got rapists, getting chance after chance. And don't get me wrong, I know this guy is young. I think he's 23. He can't be 24 or older than 24. That's for sure. I think he's 23 years old. He's electric. He's talented. Okay, make no mistake about that. But I see you kicking a girl on the floor or whatnot. I mean, I don't know if it made kick, but you attempted to kick or you made contact, whatever the case, because I forgot how the video went down. But it was ugly. And you're basically, under the guise of, oh, well, give him a second chance. It's funny to me when people in the NFL say that, these teams say that, but yet you don't give a guy that took a knee a second chance.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? So, I mean, I just find it very, incredulous to me because I'm just like, wow. You know what I mean? And we're talking about what? How long ago they released the video, what, two and a half months ago, whatever the case may have been. I know it was longer than that, but still, even from the original date to now, it's just amazing. So to me, the NFL places like premium on beating up women. and you can get a second
They don't
and third
care.
chance. You
Oh.
can say to rape a woman and get a second or third chance. But if you take a knee for social justice and equality, and as it relates to for Black people in this country, you get banned. You get blackballed. Where's the sense in that? That just kind of pissed me off. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not really feeling the whole second chance, even though I knew he would be signed anyway. We knew that here on the show because the boy is too talented, and they're not gonna just like have him out there blowing in the wind, being unemployed when he could play. So, that's just my initial thoughts.
Well, I mean, for Mark, for what you're saying, and I just can speak from my experience, not with putting my hands on women, but making poor choices.
Right.
You can have 1,000 people telling you can have 1,000 people in your corner. You could have 1,000 people saying don't do it.
Right.
You still have to make a decision to not do something stupid.
Right. Same with myself. There's situations I've had that even to this day, there's certain things I've done and did that I shouldn't have done, and it was Mark, you should have went A instead of B. So yeah, I understand, Chandler.
So all the people in the world around him doesn't matter if he chooses to continue making poor decisions. But I mean, listen, the NFL is about making money.
Yep.
They don't care about women, minorities, veterans, whatever group you want to name. Okay, native peoples. They don't care. Can you make them money? Will you bring eyeballs? Will people buy your jersey? Will people come to the stadium and root for you and fill up the seats and buy concessions and pay for parking? You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
If you can do that, you can play in the NFL. So I get what you're saying, but they don't give. This is a corporation like Microsoft, like IBM. You understand what I'm saying? Like name a huge corporation. They don't give a damn as long as you can make them money. And so Kareem Hunt will get multiple chances until he's 25. Because you're at 25, they start saying you're slowing down. So he's got 2 years to screw up and keep getting chances. And it's sad, but those are facts.
Hey, Chandler, I'm sorry about that. Hold up a second. I gotta. Hey, Mike, if you could put lower the background because I can hear that stuff going on. You might not be ready to talk. So if you want to put yourself on mute, please feel free to do so. All right. Hello.
Yo.
Yeah. Can you lower the background?
Or just mute him for a minute.
I want to mute you for a second.
With him.
Okay. All right, there we go. Sorry about that, Chandler. I hated to interrupt your point. Well, all that background was a little, you know what I'm saying? So sorry about that.
But I mean, like you saw today on Twitter when I was talking to Dana, because she runs a blog called Our Turf. It was basically women football fans. They got together, started their own thing. They talk about football. They write about football and all of that. And one of the conversations that she and I had was, in many ways, how hypocritical it is of many women who are football fans, because they support an organization that don't give a damn about them and tells them that every way possible. Just as me as a Black man, it's problematic being a sports fan because I'm usually supporting organizations that could give two shits about me.
Right. Exactly. Right. It's like R doesn't support he doesn't support the Giants anymore because of the Josh Brown situation.
Yep.
We loved LT, but what was LT about? Running rampant in the streets.
Yeah.
Sleeping with children.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep.
Right.
There you go.
Right. We talk about the New York Jets and their situation. On one hand, McCagnon said he didn't want anything to deal with Kareem Hunt, but you still have guys on your team who you've given second chances, who threaten cops, drive drunk down the Lincoln Tunnel going the wrong way, could have killed himself or killed somebody. You got the New England Patriots, Julian Edelman, he did steroids, but he's back and he won MVP. So I agree with both of y'all points that y'all both made. And
Right.
also, I ain't know, in my what I said earlier, I wasn't in support of Kareem Hunt being, given a second chance, but I know he's gonna get a second chance and he's gonna
Right.
get a third chance.
Yep.
Look at Greg Hardy. The foolishness he did.
Mm.
You threw a girl on a bed of guns, beat her ass. They took you back.
Yep.
You got cut, did some more silliness. Dallas picked you up,
Mhm.
and because of his age, like we've talked about numerous times on the show, because of his age, he was on the wrong side of 25, close to 30. So he's not in the league anymore.
Exactly.
Right. Right. And you know what? The thing about it that I don't like for him, let's say that Kareem Hunt is actually trying to change and do all of the right things, right?
Right.
Right.
Let's say he is, for the sake of argument. Let's give
Right.
him the benefit of the doubt, whether he's earned it or not.
Right.
He's with the wrong damn organization.
Yes. That's
Cleveland,
like what I said.
Cleveland, of all
Right.
places. I don't even care about the fact he's from Ohio. It's the
Right.
Cleveland Browns, one of the worst run
Mm.
organizations in the NFL.
Yep.
Okay? This is one of the worst run organizations in the NFL. If Browns fans, if you don't like it, I'm sorry. Your owner is Jimmy Haslam. Okay, this is a dude who lied about who lied about the aircraft parts that he was putting on aircraft and endangered lives. So miss me with anything that you have to say, Cleveland Browns fans. 'Cause I know who your owner is. Okay, this is the worst run
Mhm.
organization. Nah, I ain't gonna say, oh, you know what? Let me not say worst. One of the worst run
One of them.
organizations in football.
Right.
This is who signed him. What I hope, because Nick Chubb is a good running back. Why would you sign Kareem Hunt? Once again,
Right.
it's the Cleveland Browns being the Cleveland Browns. You already have a good young running back, so you're bringing
Yeah.
Kareem Hunt. Let's hope that
Don't they have another running back that's just as good and another
Nick
young
Chubb.
running back also? No, besides Chubb.
Besides Chubb, is there another one?
Yeah,
I
they do.
believe so.
Yeah. So unless you're signing him to trade him
Hmm.
with the draft, I really hope Kareem Hunt gets the hell away from the Cleveland Browns for his sake. Because, dude, it is not going to end well.
Right.
Right. Especially if you have those same people who are around you before from your
Mhm.
hometown, your entourage, and your entourage don't give a damn because you footing the bill on getting them clothes, giving them money, showing them the nightlife, and they getting spill off girls because that's what comes with being part of the entourage. You
Exactly.
get to check the girl first before Kareem get her, or oh, you gotta see me first, boo. Kareem will check you later, but I gotta, and
Mhm.
that's how it goes with being in the entourage, and just he like Chandler said, some people gonna do what they do. Look at Josh Gordon.
Mhm.
Um, Look at certain other guys. Can continuously stay in trouble and continuously do the same thing, no matter where you put them. You
Mhm.
look at Pac-Man Jones in Dallas. They hired somebody who worked for the Dallas Cowboys to keep him out of trouble. Not only did he still get in trouble, but he fought that dude. And we talked about that on the show. You can check the ITP
I forgot
archives for
about that.
that.
Yeah. I had forgotten all about that. Yeah, he fought. Yeah, there you go.
So you're gonna be who you are, and you're gonna do you're gonna be who you are, and you're gonna do what you do, but you're gonna find yourself out the league unless Pac-Man Jones was able to stay out of trouble after a while. It took him damn near forever, most of his career. And he had elite level talent, just like Kareem Hunt has elite level talent,
Mm-hmm.
and it got wasted.
Yep.
Yep. I mean, it's just a really fucked up thing, man. And again, I go back to my original statement. I'm just like, yo, why? You know what I mean? Why am I even surprised at this? I mean, it's no. I'm just saying, man. I just can't get past that issue. It's like, yo, you had other issues, as Mac and Chandler said before. You understand? And now you get another chance at playing in the league and whatnot. And just like Chandler said, they don't respect women or any other causes and stuff like that.
No,
They
they
just
don't.
don't care. All they care about is the money, the money, the money, and that's it. You understand? So, I can't be happy or say, oh, this guy deserves a second chance. No, fuck that. You know what I'm saying? I just can't.
Right.
When you look at the grand scheme of things, especially in regards to Colin Kaepernick, it's bad enough you already got bum ass quarterbacks going out there getting starting jobs or getting not jobs, but getting the opportunity to have a possibility of playing on the field as a backup. You understand? You're already dealing with that. Now you got to deal with motherfuckers beating up women, kicking women, and after a few months or several months, they're back in the league, getting signed, getting money, getting paid. Fuck all that, man. That's why I can't respect the NFL. I just can't. It's disgusting. I'm sorry. It's just disgusting to me.
It is. Don't. It's very disgusting.
Yeah. I just can't. And I don't fault anybody if they do watch it. That's you. That's your personal decision. I respect that. I just me. I just have a different view. That's all. And I'm not judging nobody. You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to judge anybody either. But that's just me and my. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That's all I got to say right now about that.
The funny part, the worst part of this whole thing is no one is surprised that he's already signed. No one's surprised. And we all know what the suspension is going to be. It's going to be 6 games, reduced to 4 after he meets undisclosed markers. They say, oh, well, he met the requirements we asked him to meet. He's done things we asked him to do, so we're going to reduce it to 4 games. So basically, he's going to get a 4-game suspension, and that's it. And that's the thing. Everyone already knows this. So all of you people that's about to write all these op-eds and pieces and blogs and all of this, miss me with all of it because you already know what the script is. Okay. Because remember, he already did the apology tour.
Yeah.
Remember? He already did that. When he said, oh, it was my fault and I got to be better. And remember, he already did that. I think he did it with who do you do the interview with?
My girl.
Yeah.
Lisa Salters.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, man, Lisa, man, listen. Anyway, let me not get on that road. Okay.
Hey, I got dibs on her. I will fight. I'll come to Rochester and fight
I will
you,
put
bro.
you in the traffic to get the Lisa Salters. But anyway. But he already did the apology tour. There'll be 3 more interviews, okay, before the draft.
Of course.
And after the draft, there'll be a couple of in-depth pieces on where he is and what he's accomplished and what he's doing and what organization he's partnered with. Dude, we already know the script.
Yeah.
Yep. It's a lot of bullshit, man. So again, we're gonna see, like I said, it's already the ink is dry. He's a Cleveland Brown now. We're gonna see how this shakes out. You know what I'm saying? In the future. We'll see how this shakes out.
Before we go into another sport, I want to
I know you wanted to get into some stuff, so go ahead, Matt.
No, I quickly want to stay in the football lane.
Oh, well then hit me.
And hopefully I don't raise Chandler's blood pressure too high or any of our other New York Jet fans that listen to the show. Adam Gase.
Oh boy, here we go.
So you signed Bounty Gate Greg Williams, but also signed the other coach from New Orleans who dimed him out in deposition in court. Who's also who's also your father-in-law.
Wait,
yeah.
what?
You signed him as assistant head coach.
But don't forget the son. Don't forget Greg Williams' son
Oh,
is on
and
the
you
stage.
signed Greg Williams' son too.
Yo,
I
what the
don't
hell?
know. I don't know how it's gonna be with the Jets, but I think it's gonna be ugly.
Didn't I tell you? I told you that when they signed Adam Gase and they hired
Man.
Greg Williams, I told you this was going to be a dumpster fire. Now you add in Vinny, you add in
Right.
Greg Williams' son, who apparently has an attitude problem, and what they're calling his personality abrasive. What that means, he's an asshole. Okay.
Yep.
Right.
When they call you abrasive, that means you're an asshole.
Right.
Okay. And you
Yep.
have no tact.
Right.
So you got the guy who called him an unmitigated liar.
Right. He called him. He said some other things about him.
Oh, yeah.
He used that word, similar word to what you just used, abrasive.
Mhm.
Yeah.
It was negative. What he said
Yeah.
about him said about Greg Williams as a person
As a
and as a
person.
coach.
As a person now, and that guy is working for Greg Williams.
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
And you got Greg Williams' son. Dude, they did a run, I don't know where I looked at it earlier today, the rundown of all the coaches.
Right.
On
Yeah, I saw
every
it.
single coach, one of the things it says is basically saying they get in people's faces. You got some coaches that have never coached before.
Mhm.
This is, dude, listen, if you want to just like be entertained, just pay attention to the New York Jets coaching staff. It'll be the soap opera to be
They're
all
gonna be
soap
shooting
opera.
a fair one in the parking lot.
Dude, they might do it on the sidelines.
Yep.
Wow. That's something else right there. I can't believe
But
they did that.
yeah, I meant to tweet it out. I think I might have tweeted it to both of you, but if I didn't, I meant to.
Mhm.
But you know, when I saw it, I was sitting. I was either at work or with my family, and I just bust out laughing. And somebody said, "What's wrong?" Like, yo, the New York Jets.
Right. Wow. That's amazing right there, man.
They
They really fucking up my man. I tell you, I'm not a Giant fan anymore. So I said, all right, I'm gonna take my allegiance to the other team that shares the same stadium. Let me go rock with these guys. And they just make it difficult. You know what I'm saying?
Now I wanna know what how do you pronounce his name, Chandler? The other guy, is it
Diddy.
Vidi?
Yeah, Diddy.
Vidi's been a coach for a long time, and he's
64 years old.
yeah, and he's not a. I've liked the jobs he's done at the different places. I know who he is.
Mhm.
Yo, how that's gonna play with him and Greg Williams? What
Oh my
did they
God.
sit them down? Is Adam
No,
Gase is Adam
absolutely
Gase
not.
sniffing what the other coach he had on his squad? Is he doing that? Is he really out of touch? Are you crazy? Did y'all interview both men and say, listen, we gonna work, can we work together? Or did you just, because it's your father-in-law, you signed him?
Right.
And it's not like VD couldn't get another job because he's been in the NFL for well over 30 years. I've known about him for well over 30 years.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Every coach on this staff, right? The only reason they have a job is because they either worked for Adam Gase or worked for Greg Williams. There are some holdovers
Right.
from the Jet staff. The
Right.
only reason they're holdovers. Now, the Jet staff was trash. Let's all be clear on that, right?
Except
Outside
for
of
special
teams coach.
teams.
Outside of special teams coach, the rest of the staff was fucking trash. There were
Secondary
holdovers
coach
from that
too.
staff. So, dude, the cornerbacks got beat like drums. Missed me with that. But yet, there were holdovers from this staff because they either worked for Greg Williams or Adam Gase at one point in time. This is the ridiculousness that goes on in the NFL, and you wonder why people say there are teams that don't want to that aren't trying to win. The Jets aren't trying to win because look at the staff they put together.
Right.
Listen, the Steelers would not do this. The Patriots would not do this.
The Giants.
The Eagles would not do this. The Giants would not do this. Those are the four most stable organizations in the NFL, right?
Mm-hmm.
If they wouldn't do this, why would you?
And why? I'm a switch lanes a little bit.
Okay.
I like what Miami is doing in Miami, and I don't like the Miami Dolphins, but I like I like what they did. They hired somebody from my neighborhood,
He's from Brooklyn,
Brian
son. I'm rooting for the
Flores.
Dolphins now because Brian Flores from Brooklyn.
No, not only that, they signed Adam. They named Jim Caldwell assistant coach.
Uh-huh.
Their staff is solid.
Oh, I'm
Now
about to start wearing teal.
their G their GM is a brother also. I
Right.
forget his name. But for me, not that that matters. I
Okay,
like to see how people get put into positions.
Mm-hmm.
But really, for me, I want to see the best man get the job, the best woman get the job, not
right.
just because of color. But
Mm-hmm.
I like what they're doing. They setting a precedence. Brian Flores brought a few guys from the Patriots staff onto this new staff, and having Jim Caldwell as your quarterbacks coach is a beautiful thing because
Absolutely.
I'm not a super big Jim. I don't think Jim Caldwell is a great head coach,
Mm-hmm.
but he is a good offensive coordinator and he is a very good quarterbacks coach. So
Right.
Yep.
Miami, if they leave this staff alone, let it grow, let the GM do his job, and they build the team right, I see things happening for Miami in the future.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? I do too. Simply because I think because of what Arizona did with Steve Wilkes,
Right,
they have to give Brian Flores his entire contract. They have
right.
to. They have to keep.
5 years.
Because, yeah, because that was just what they did was just ridiculous in Arizona. And
Right.
then you go anyway. Let me not get into that. But anyway, so that's a whole other hour-long thing. But
For real.
I think
Hilarious.
Brian Flores gets his entire contract.
Hmm.
Now, I don't like Stephen Ross. I think he's a fraud. I think he's full of shit,
He
to
Okay.
be
is.
clear.
He is.
But he does hire black men. He
Yep.
does hire minorities and puts them in
Hmm.
positions that they don't normally get in other organizations.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So, regardless of how I feel about him as a human being, I have to give him credit for that. And I think that he's going to give Brian Flores the entire contract to get it right. And I think if you give Brian, what is your particular problem? Talk to the
Kind of figured as much.
losing your mind over there. But I think
Maybe
if
the
you
dog
give
don't like
Brian,
the Dolphins.
apparently she don't. She's losing her mind right now, about to fall off the bed. If you give Brian Flores the entire contract, I think the Dolphins win the AFC in 5 years. AFC
Okay.
East.
Okay.
Maybe sooner. They have talent on their roster.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if they have cap room this year. I'm
Yeah,
not clear
I'm
on
not sure
that.
about that. I'm not sure about that either. To be honest, if they have cap room or not.
But
Mm-hmm.
do y'all, Chandler? Do you think Caldwell can help Tannehill?
No, I think they got to get a new quarterback.
Yeah.
Tannehill is what he is.
Yeah.
He is
Exactly.
All
what he
right.
is. Now, can Caldwell create a system that basically puts Tannehill in the
In a
best
better position.
position
Right.
to be successful? Absolutely. Because remember what Jim Caldwell did with Matt Stafford.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Remember, he had Matt Stafford actually looking like a franchise quarterback.
He did.
Yep.
Now,
So,
my question is this though. My question is this, bro. Is Tannehill still on the roster?
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
he is. They gave him a big contract. Or he's still on
But
that contract, and I
I'm
don't think
amazed. I'm amazed because my thing is I heard stuff that they was going to cut his ass, even with
I
that
don't
big
think they can eat
contract.
that. I don't think they can eat the money yet.
Okay, but there was talk.
Maybe after next year or year after. Because
Mhm.
what he signed? Did he sign a 7 year deal?
It was either
I'm
six
not
or
sure.
seven. It was 6 or 7, one of those two. But my thing is like I know I heard rumblings about him getting cut, but if they can't absorb that hit, I mean, I guess they stuck with him. But because once I read it, I was like, I just like I forgot about it, and I said, well, maybe they just released him, and they no, really, I thought they had a different quarterback. It was going to go to a younger quarterback or whatnot.
Well,
But
they would have to draft one because
right,
there's no one on their roster right now that
okay, or maybe through free agency. I mean, who knows? I mean,
right, right.
I'm sure. What's his name? Ryan. What's his name? Fitztragic is out there.
No.
No.
Nick Foles. Nick Foles. Nick Foles.
Nick Foles. Okay.
Nick
Yeah.
Foles. And I'm telling you, whoever signs Nick Foles, that team is going to be sorely disappointed.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Yep. They're gonna spend a whole
Is
lot of
he?
money.
So, are you saying he's a specific system quarterback?
Yes. Yes, I
Yeah.
am. Yeah.
I agree with you. I'm just, I'm just putting that question out there.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to find out what Ryan Tannehill's contract is, but
Yeah. Listen, if you own a dog, apparently don't get them a bag full of bones because my dog is losing her mind with these damn bones right now.
she throwing them at you.
Nah, dude, she biting on the bones, running around, flipping up. Dude, she did a backflip just now.
Oh, shit. Sound like my not a dog, but my little cousin when she was
Oh,
little.
Lord.
She had a thing for strawberries as a kid.
Mm-hmm.
So my mom would always have strawberries, she's giving berries, because she's gonna say strawberries, and she would do a little dance, and I'm like, really for strawberries?
I mean, I gotta ask Chandler, where'd you get those bones from? You sure you didn't go to the weed store or something like that? I mean,
Nah, there's this
Flavored?
ridiculous store called up here in Rochester called Wegmans, and it's super
Wegmans.
expensive because celebrity shop there, so
Right.
everything costs $5 more.
Right.
So I got her a bag of Nature's Own pet chews. Man, listen, damn dog is on crack right now.
That's funny as hell.
The New York Jets should have waited and went after Flores.
Well,
but
that
Belichick
would've-
probably told him, "Nah, don't go there, young man. You'll regret it. It's home, but it's not home."
exactly. He probably did say that too.
You know what? Brian Flores, if he was smart, looked at the Jets and said, I'm not working for you because of the hierarchy that you have where the coach and the GM each report separately. That's the wrong setup.
Yep.
It's the wrong setup.
Totally a wrong setup. Yep. Now, are you have anything else in the NFL, Mac, or?
Nah, that was it. That was it. I just had to
well, it was funny.
I had to get on
It was funny and very entertaining. I'm not gonna lie. It was hilarious. I was like, wow, who the fuck does that? You know what I'm saying? But the same old Jets once again strikes again. I want to talk about something in Major League Baseball, something that we didn't get a really chance to talk about. I mean, we have talked about briefly, but it went to another, allegedly to another level, and I'm talking about the Yankees supposedly offering Manny Machado a 6 or 7 year deal. Excuse me, 7 8 year deal at $220 million.
Right.
Now, I don't know where I'm at with that. I don't know. I don't know where I'm at with that.
You think that's excessive?
Actually,
or
not
the year
really.
is excessive?
No, they're underpaying him and the years are too short.
Yeah. Yep. That's
he's 26, right?
Yeah. He's 20. Yeah, he's 26. So you have to give. Listen,
I give him 8.
No, you give him 10. And only the last 2 years are wasted years where he's just a DH. Remember, I told you guys a few months ago this was collusion. Y'all thought I was joking, right? It's collusion.
No, I didn't.
There is no way in hell you could tell me that you don't offer Manny Machado and Bryce Harper $300 million contracts right off the rip.
Right.
7 years? 7 years. Okay.
Yeah.
If he was 28, would you still give him 10 years?
No.
Okay, so we in agreement.
Yeah.
I think, and like you said, I've been reading and it is collusion, and the owners started doing this maybe 2 years ago. They started. That's why we keep seeing slow free agent markets. And now it's even slower. Spring training about to start, and neither one of these guys are signed.
Which is ridiculous to me.
BS.
It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Come on. You got 2 premier talents out there on the market, and nobody's signing these guys. Just like it is. This is a clear case cut of collusion, man. That's just what it is. It makes no sense whatsoever. These guys should have been signed. Yeah.
I guess teams feel burned by certain situations, but that's your own fault.
Exactly.
And in not signing contracts where the money is. If I was in baseball and I was a GM,
Mm-hmm.
I would front load money in the early years of the contract. Give the player the most money while he's in his prime years.
Of course.
To a plateau, and then in the last years you put an option in there, whatever, and if they put some incentives in there so they can make back some money, but you decrease in the lesser years. Stop giving these dudes 10-year, $28 million for
Mm-hmm.
the length of that contract. That's
Right.
bad. That's spending bad money.
For sure.
But it's not though. Here's the thing. Here's the thing. Because they've turned baseball into this nonsensical three true outcome BS, right? Whether you give him that money over 10 years, 5 years, doesn't matter, because when he's in his late 30s and all he's doing is striking out, you just said strikeouts don't matter. You said
That's
only
true.
launch angle matters.
Right.
So if only launch angle matters and a strikeout is the same as any other out, does it matter that he's striking out more in his later years? Because you just told me strikeouts don't fucking matter. Think about that for a minute. You told me for the past 3 years strikeouts don't matter, right? You told me launch angle is what matters, right? You told me there's only 3 true outcomes, right? You talking about putting the ball in play is unimportant. So when he's 33, 34, 35, and he's not putting the ball in play, you told me 3 years ago it didn't matter. You can't have it both ways.
Right.
First of all, I need to take an analytics dude and take him to a batting cage and tell him, yo, your theories are bullshit. A launch angle, son? Strikeouts don't matter?
Strikeouts don't matter. Listen, Rob Deere right now could play in Major League Baseball, whereas Rob Deere before was looked at as a limited player. All Rob Deere did was strike out and hit home runs.
Right.
Yo, who was them big husky dudes the Yankees had in like the 90s? Who had one good year and then you realize they really wasn't that good.
Glenn Allen Hill, guys like that. Remember Glenn Allen Hill? Anybody? Looked like he could lift the Empire State Building. All he did was strike out and hit home runs. That's all he did.
Yo, it's a guy me and Holla used to get on forever when we didn't have social media, but we used to laugh about him because we were like, yo, you see him? I'm like, the dude is a bum, and he was on the Yankees, and he had like a one half good season, and people, he the next coming. And no, he's a bum.
Right.
Launch angles? I need to see one of these analytic dudes so I could slap him. You never played baseball in your life. You probably never played a sport in your life.
Nah. Like I said, nah.
Analyze my slap. Did I get enough G-force in it?
You stupid. Like I said, you stupid, son. Oh my God. Well, like I said, man, I just think it's a shame that these guys ain't signed.
It's actually this is why Kyler Murray chose football.
Mm-hmm.
This is why Kyler Murray chose football. Okay, this is why all of these black 2 and 3 sport athletes choose other sports. Because baseball has turned into this nonsense. Kyler Murray looked at it and said, "Okay, I'm 5'7",
my height,
right? The launch angle thing isn't going to work for me. Right. I'm not going to hit 35 home runs.
No.
Which means I'm going to languish in the Oakland A's farm system forever. And we all know how they treat minor league players. They treat them like indentured servants. Okay? Why in the hell would I do that?
Going to that team.
Exactly. Why would I do that when I go to NFL right now and make some money and get treated like an actual professional, like an actual You know, I have value. Now we all know the NFL don't really give a damn about you, but when you're
It's
when you're
different.
new and you're young, they treat you like you matter. So why would Kyler Murray choose baseball over football?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, ridiculous. Like I said, I just think sports going down. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I used to really love baseball. I'm talking about when I
Me
was a
too.
kid. That was my first love before any
Yep.
other sport. I lived, breathed, ate, drank baseball when I was younger. You understand? I was so into it. I could tell you stats
Yep.
right off the top of my head, all that stuff. But then, as the sport began to lose its luster to me with the strikes and everything like that, and
Yep.
yeah, I just totally fell out of love with it. I still, I'm still watching it from time to time, but not like how I used to when I was much younger. You understand what I'm saying? Um, it's just damn, it's just sad, man. It's sad to what it's become now. You know what I'm saying? Currently, I can't.
Hmm.
I just can't feel the same way, man. I'm not gonna lie to you. You know,
Hey,
yo,
um, can I quote some of the people in the chat room?
yeah, oh for sure. My
Yeah,
bad.
we got brother Dominique Donato. He said, Chandler, you can't have it both ways. NFL don't care, but Major League Baseball cares less.
Mm.
Actually, I can have it both ways because let me be very clear. There is not one professional sports league that gives a damn about women, minorities, and veterans. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
The NFL just does a worse job of trying to convince you that they do. The NFL is just like, NFL is just out in front. I don't give a fuck about you. I just want your money. The rest of the leagues at least try to pretend that they care.
That's
Okay,
true.
okay. Now, yeah, that was the only one you wanted to read off, brother.
Yeah, and Black Act Production, he said, "Yo, the minor leagues. I didn't even know the Yankees had a farm team. That's how bad the minor leagues are. Actually, Yankees have a very good farm system.
Yeah, they do. They got a very good one. Definitely. But it is funny though.
Tell
Listen,
Dom I said, what's up, though, man?
Yep.
huh?
No, I
I
said,
didn't
tell
catch.
Dom I said, what's up?
Oh, I'm sure he's listening. I'm sure he's listening. If he in the chat room, he's definitely listening. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Okay. Now, moving on. Let's get into the lane of boxing before I get to the NBA real quick, guys.
Yes,
Um,
sir.
yo, Gervonta Davis, man, he did his thing, huh?
Yeah.
First round knockout
Mm-hmm.
against what's that dude's name? Hugo Ruiz.
Yes.
Um, I saw the fight. Well,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it wasn't much of a fight. First round knockout. Not to stay too late for that one.
Right.
Um, when I first saw the replay, well, maybe not even the replay. When I first saw it live and whatnot, it looked to me like that punch didn't even affect him. But then he just went down.
I
To me,
think
it
his
was like,
nose was broken.
yeah, his nose was broken. You know what I'm
That's
saying?
why he couldn't go anymore.
Mm, mm. Well,
But
there's a lot of talk now with that whole night. You had what's my man for Truna,
mm-hmm.
right? He wants to get in the ring with Gervonta. Now, what's the other kid that wants to get in the ring with him? That fought that same night. Was it Barrios?
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah,
Barrios.
Mario Barrios. Who I thought put on a pretty damn good fight
Right.
against dude. Yo, that was a good fight.
Yeah.
That's something I wanted to get into real quick, if you guys don't mind,
Go ahead.
with the referees
Right.
and stopping, doing the stoppage, count the guys out, calling the fights off after a certain boxers being, beaten, but not to the point where it's like, okay, it's a definite wrap, but they just step in a little too quick, or perhaps in other people's opinions, not so quick. They're protecting the boxes. What do you guys think about that
I
as
think
far
in
as
that
huh?
fight,
Mhm.
um, the other boxer was still cognizant and throwing punches. In fact, he was landing
Mm-hmm.
and he was getting back at the guy. And at the time, it was like a minute left in the round,
Mm-hmm.
maybe slightly less than a minute left in the round. So he could have survived. And I we love boxing. I don't want to see anybody hurt or killed or severely hurt. But so I understand what the ref did, but in that fight, he could have let him go on a little bit.
He could have let Zamora go on. You understand? There's no question about that.
And Zamora was kind of hurt.
He was kind of hurt, but my dude, the thing is though, man, if you saw the fight and whatnot, the guy
I
was
did.
well, okay, but the guy was fighting back. You understand what I'm
Yes, he
saying?
was.
And he was catching him.
Yes.
He was catching Barrios. Let's not act like he was swinging wild and missing because that wasn't even the case. He was catching dude. You understand?
Mhm.
So it was to me, it was a matter of who gonna go down first, to be perfectly honest. Because this guy, but I will say this guy, Mario Barrios, he hits hard. No, I'm dead ass. This guy
Yeah.
hits extremely hard because as I'm watching the fight, I'm hearing the force of his
Right.
punches against this guy's body. And I'm like, yo, what the?
Imagine if you were there and you
Oh,
were
bro,
sitting up close.
dude,
Like
dude,
my first time experience boxing
dude.
live and I was like, oh, that sounds like a thunderclap.
Yo, bro, that was ridiculous, man. You know what I mean? It was ridiculous. I was like,
Hmm.
yo, I'm like, yo, what the hell is it? Yo, just like you said, it was like a thunderclap, man. I'm like, this guy, I'm surprised. I was shocked that he was standing there taking it,
Right.
because any other man would have went down. I'm sorry. You know what I mean? And these guys were taking punches left and right. And I gotta give them both credit because they took some heavy shots,
Right.
so but this guy Barrios is talking about getting in the ring with Gervonta Davis too. Now Floyd is putting him out there as being a man, having the goods and
Hmm.
being a pay-per-view star,
Right.
perhaps even bigger than him. Um, I don't know, man. It sounds like a lot of hype. Because
Well, he's got to sell them, and
okay, you gotta sell him
you have to sell him. You have to make him look bigger than what he is. But Javante does have the goods.
I don't know, bro.
No, no, no. I like what Javante did in the ring against Ruiz. He cut the ring off.
Mm-hmm.
He swarmed him. He set the pace of that fight.
Mm-hmm.
He created good distance where Ruiz couldn't really reach him, but and him being a smaller man, he could reach Ruiz. And Javante is a very good body puncher. Um,
Mm-hmm.
has good power in both hands. Um, and he did what he was supposed to do to Ruiz. Get him out of there quickly. And like I said in the last show, Gervonta has an incredible knockout rate. He gets people out quick.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I don't know though if his height will have a problem as he goes forward and maybe he moves up a weight class because
Right.
um he's a short small fighter. He's about 5'4", 5'5".
Mm-hmm.
And as you get tall, as you get higher in the weights, those guys get bigger and lengthier.
Exactly. See, let me just cut you off for a second, brother. My
I'm
my
done.
thing. Oh, okay. My thing is simply this, man. I understand you got to sell dude or whatnot. I get all that, but
Right.
my thing is this, man. From what I've seen
Hmm.
in some fights, not all of them now, but in some fights,
With
he gets
Javante.
with Javante, he
Hmm.
gets a little undisciplined. You know
I
what I'm
couldn't
saying?
agree with you a
And
little
when he
on that.
gets undisciplined to a certain extent, you see the frustration set in. You
Right.
understand? And it kind of just from that frustration, it kind of manifests in his boxing. You
Right.
understand? You get in the ring and you get frustrated against a real like top tier opponent, they're gonna
Right.
take advantage of that. They're gonna
Right.
take advantage of that.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? So that's why I mean, I agree with you. I mean, he does look like he has the goods. You know what I'm saying? And he is
Mm-hmm.
a good puncher or whatnot. But there's other sides on as well. You understand?
Yeah.
Where he's got to be a little bit more disciplined. He can't get he can't. I'm having a hard time speaking today. I really must be tired. I apologize, but he can't get like ruffled and whatnot. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
So it's just crazy, man. Because I've seen
No,
a
you
few
know why
fights
I'm
from him.
laughing? You know why I'm laughing?
Why? Why?
It because Adrian Broner is his boy. They real tight.
Mhm. Okay, that's not good.
Um,
So,
no,
so he's a
no,
clown too, then, right?
somewhat.
Okay.
They showed on HBO. I mean Showtime. They showed a clip that Adrian Broner was like, he makes me better, and they showed them they trained together, I guess, and they showed him running, and
Mhm.
I'm like, so Adrian, all of this training and you trying to be competitive with Gervonta because you trying to outdo your boy in your
Mhm.
situation, and it doesn't translate in the ring with Adrian Broner, but it translates
Mhm.
with Gervonta. Um, I just hope that the stuff Adrian Broner does outside of boxing doesn't influence Gervonta, and we got to remember Gervonta's from the hood.
Ugh.
So, but Gervonta's been in the ring since he's been a little kid.
Mhm.
So I hope his love for the sport overcomes all the BS and he
Yeah, yeah,
continues
yeah.
on his path. He can be great. You got Floyd Mayweather as your promoter and someone who's your mentor.
Mhm.
Listen to his jewels that he's giving you. Of course, Floyd Mayweather parties, but Floyd Mayweather don't drink. Floyd Mayweather don't do drugs that we know of.
But he beats up women, though.
True.
Right, exactly.
Right. Yeah, he's a despicable human in that regard. He's despicable.
Hmm.
Um, Outside of that,
Hmm.
Floyd would be in the gym. Floyd bring his family to the gym. Gervonta, you have to work at this craft. You have the skill
I'm
set,
telling you.
but you got to work
Hmm.
also. And
I mean,
I want him to keep those bad influences out and him to continue to be what
you know
I
what?
saw Saturday night.
This is eerily similar to a young Adrian Broner.
Right.
Hmm.
I
So
liked
if
Adrian Broner when he was coming up.
well, so did I. But then we seen what happened.
Right.
So if this guy doesn't break camp from the influence of Broner, and if he becomes undisciplined and starts getting lazy, and I'm saying this, and people probably like, yo, man, come on, that's not gonna happen. Okay, what if it does happen? You understand?
Mm-hmm.
You got to throw out any possibility that can happen out there. Period.
Right.
It doesn't have to make it necessarily true. I get that, but I'm just saying this to me is too close to Adrian Broner's story. You got a guy that's from the hood. You know what I'm saying? He's got talent. You know what I mean? There's a few fights I've seen where he got flustered and lost focus, in which I could have
Right.
came back and hurt him and bit him in the ass and put his ass on the canvas and him suffering a loss. You
Right.
understand? It's a little too similar. And then you got the influence of the idiot Adrian Broner. The
Right.
fuck? Yo, this is some dead ass. So this is some scary shit right here for him. You know what
Right.
I mean?
It could go either
He got a
way.
career. See what I'm saying? It go either way, 50-50. Not good. Not good.
Right. Right.
So mm,
Well.
yeah, we'll see what happens, man.
Mm-hmm.
We'll see what happens. Let's get into the NBA, brothers, real
Oh.
quick.
Oh.
Let me
I got one little
what?
sidebar I want to get.
Yeah.
I got a little rant. I got to get at somebody. He's one of these dudes
Oh boy.
who is a super clown. He's a herb. He's super cooning.
Mm-hmm.
Jason
Mm-hmm.
Whitlock.
Here we go.
Your take on LeBron James.
Dude, don't even get that fat bastard that much breath.
Oh no. I have to because I got we gotta siphon off some of his listeners. Dude, how do you call LeBron James a victim because of some of the things he's done on the court and off the court and blah blah blah. Jason Whitlock doesn't like black men and black women who empower themselves and who have a semblance of doing things outside of whatever sport they in and also what they do on the court. He has a problem with that. How is LeBron James a victim of being raised by a single parent? Man's never been in trouble. Man married his sweetheart. The man has done tremendous things off the court for his community. He's doing things in other businesses, employing other black men. You got a problem with that? You are a fat clown. Go eat a sandwich like you usually do.
Well, I hear you, man.
You want to know the sad part about Jason Whitlock is 10 years ago, Jason Whitlock was somebody
he was credible.
You would cite, somebody that you would say, yo, man, you see the article that he wrote?
Right.
In Kansas City I think it was Kansas City Star. Correct me, fact check me if I'm wrong. It was a Kansas City newspaper. And he was slowly making a name for himself.
Right.
Apparently that wasn't good enough. So he then turned around, sold his soul, and became, step and fetch it. They said step and fetch that, and he stepped and fetched that. Okay. For those of you who don't know the origin of the name step and fetch it, let me educate you right
for
now.
them, bro.
Okay. During Jim Crow days, they would tell a black man step and fetch that. It became the name step and fetch it. All right. Jason Whitlock became step and fetch it. He did what they told him to do. He said the things they wanted him to say. He basically turned against his own race to raise his profile.
Right.
This is literally an act. Literally an act. Because if you look at what Jason Whitlock did before 10 years ago, you will see a totally different black man.
Yeah. And it's funny. Him and Stephen A. Smith, I liked them when they were in small mediums doing what they were doing. And Jason Whitlock was never a great writer. He did, however, have great ideas. And his intent was there. But he stopped trying to be great and stopped trying to be a good writer. And like Chandler just said, you become step and fetch it. Stephen A. Smith.
Yep.
He was a good writer, had good insights. Now it seems like he don't really even care now. He not even doing any research, and you work for a big corporation who has a research team that can help you if you don't have the time, because I understand you covering multiple sports, you doing this and that. You might not have the time to, look over everything that you're talking about. But you've been wrong the last couple of weeks, horribly.
Right. Oh, God. Yeah, he's been looking really ridiculous, to be perfectly honest. You know?
Yeah, go ahead and get in the NBA,
Oh,
yes,
well, I was waiting for Mac to finish. I said, okay,
I'm done. I'm done, man. Over.
You gotta let me know this stuff now.
You can tell when I'm over, I'm quiet.
You gotta let me know this stuff. You just dead silence and shit. It's all good. Let's talk about who's gonna be or who's leading in the race for the NBA MVP. I saw this earlier on our Facebook group, which is called the Real and Sports Talk in the Paint. Join it, join it, join it, join it. Oh, by the way, join it. Because we talk sports 24/7 there constantly. Um, got some of the candidates out there. Obviously, there's Steph Curry. There's
Why?
also, well, I'm just saying that he's out there. Come on now, don't do that. Let's not hate. Let's appreciate the brother. Also, Giannis, don't even bother asking me how to pronounce his last name because I'm not doing it. From the Milwaukee Bucks, and also a guy that's getting a lot of support is PG-13, Paul George.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Um, we've said on the show before about Paul George that he is not a superstar. He's a very good player. Mac, do you think he has grown from his time with Indiana?
Oh yeah, he's grown. Consider this year.
Mhm.
He for me right now. What I look
Mhm.
at what he's doing for OKC. He's
Mhm.
leading the league in steals.
Right.
He's been scoring a lot. He's always been a good team player. Um, oh well, not say team player, but a well-rounded player offensively and defensively.
Okay.
He can guard different positions. He can you can play with him where you run your offense through him. He can play point guard. He's been playing the best I've ever seen him this year, and I think him and Russell Westbrook have developed some chemistry, and they developing more chemistry every game. And Russell doesn't have to score as much anymore.
Right.
Russell can pass the ball more, and for me, PG should be the MVP right now. If the league if the season ended today, I would give it to PG.
Wow. Okay. You wouldn't give it to Giannis.
You know what? Giannis is balling out of control too. He's having a very good season. Also, AD is having a good year. The kid in Denver is having a good year, but he's not gonna get it because he's not as well known as the Paul Georges, the Giannis's. He's Giannis's. He's not as well known. Harden will be in the conversation because he been scoring like crazy.
Right.
So Harden's in the conversation. Westbrook's in the conversation. You mentioned Steph Curry. You know I like Steph Curry, but this year he's not having an MVP year. Neither is Durant or
Mm.
Klay Thompson. But that's because they all slightly sacrifice some of their stats to play together,
That's true.
which translates into wins.
Right.
But Durant will be in that conversation, as will Steph Curry. Um, if they don't give it to Paul George, watch James Harden win the MVP
Hmm.
Hey, let
because of
me.
the scoring.
I don't mean to interrupt you guys, but
Go ahead.
we really at some point need to talk about this asshole lieutenant governor of Virginia, bro.
Uh-oh.
We really need to talk about that motherfucker.
Okay. Okay. We could do that shit. You know what I'm saying? We could do that. You wanna go now? You wanna start this now? What's going on?
Nah, I'm
You gonna hold back
Hey,
for a minute?
hey, listen,
yeah,
man. You brought it up,
yeah.
so I said you want to get into this now.
You
Um,
have to give me the particulars because I don't know.
yeah,
So I will have
I need
to.
to fact check myself because I'm a Slatish dude, but I want to
Oh,
make sure I'm
Okay.
correct.
okay.
Right.
All
But
right.
the lieutenant governor of Virginia is a black man.
Oh, the rapist guy.
Oh, dude, it just got worse.
Oh boy.
It
Yeah, I
just got
think
worse.
another woman came out against
No,
him.
oh no, the young lady that accused him talked about Corey Maggette, who we already know was an asshole, right? We already knew about Corey Maggette.
Mm,
Um, he knew about Corey Maggette raping this young woman in college.
wow.
Now, add
Whoa.
on to the fact that he knew the man that he ran with on that ticket
Mm,
was a racist. Listen, we listen.
Ooh. What's his name?
oh,
So I gotta now
Hold
you
on,
you pique my
hold
interest.
on. Justin Fairfax.
Yeah,
wow.
that guy.
Yeah, I'm coming for his neck, but I just need to get all my ducks in a row. But we got to come for him.
Damn.
Yeah, a second woman though, Chandler came out and said that he raped her also. That's what I
Yeah,
was talking about.
yeah. I didn't even know about that one, but the original woman, apparently
Mhm.
the original. I'm guessing it's the original woman. Maybe it's the second woman. Who knows? Could be a third woman.
Right.
Jesus.
Says that he knew about Corey Maggette raping her in college, and we already knew about Corey Maggette and the shit that he did in college.
Mhm.
By the way,
Mhm.
so yeah,
Well, look at this guy. I mean, look at his face. I mean, you can. Oh my god. Look at his fucking face.
You Googled them all?
Yeah. I mean, he looks like a dick. He belongs in that lane. You kidding me? You can just tell.
Right.
Yeah, I hear you on that. You want to get your ducks in a row. I understand that completely.
Whatever you tweet, Chandler, just tag me so
Yeah,
I can follow along and join in and tear him a new one.
Nah, you gotta. Yeah, we gotta bring it to this guy because this is ridiculous. If all y'all watching and you know in the chat room, y'all need to just look this motherfucker up, straight real, because this is ridiculous. You'll know what I mean when I say just look at this guy's picture. It's ridiculous.
because the thing is, when that shit came out, the blackface thing. First of all, everybody's running around acting surprised about blackface, and if you're a black person, I'm gonna punch you in your face,
right?
Because you know that this shit's been going on all our lives.
Yep.
So stop acting fucking surprised about it. Okay? Stop acting surprised about it.
Right.
Right? Stop playing these games of, oh my God, I can't believe someone's doing blackface and it's 2019. Shut up. All right? Add in the fact that, listen, when you run on a ticket with somebody, you know everything about them. You think this dude didn't show him his college yearbook? Come on, son. You think he didn't know he was running on that ticket with a racist?
Right.
Really?
Right. And the only reason he's running on the ticket with you is because you're a black man and
exactly
you serve that purpose for him.
You know what bothers me? Another thing too, with that yearbook thing. I mean, well, it tells you right there that the school is already racist. Because who's gonna put that in their fucking yearbook?
Yeah, they let that fly. Just like
Okay. Listen, let me be very clear about this.
Yeah.
You could pick any politician. Anyone.
Okay.
You can go back from now to one that just got elected. Pull up go to their yearbook. You will see someone in blackface.
Right.
Period. In the story.
Yep.
So to act like this is some new, oh my God. It's Virginia. This is the
Virginia
state
and West Virginia, two of the racist states.
Exactly.
You guys remember the Black Festival used to happen every summer in Virginia? Y'all remember that?
Of course.
Yeah, I've been out there.
Y'all remember what happened?
Yeah.
How they stopped it?
Yep.
Okay, this is Virginia. Is anybody shocked by this?
No.
So that's my point. Is the people keep acting like this is some new shit. Oh, I can't believe that. I can't believe that people are still doing blackface. Oh my God! Shut up.
Exactly.
You know this is going on, and all of these black people who have platforms. Every time they act surprised, every time they act shocked, they are contributing to the fucking problem. Stop acting shocked and surprised.
Right.
Start calling it what it is. An ongoing thing that has always gone on and will always go on.
Yep.
Because this is the world we live in.
Horrible. Definitely. You know, I'm not even shocked at it, to be honestly. Listen, it don't have to be fucking Virginia, West Virginia. It could be fucking New York. It could be California. It could be Florida. whatever, column. You know what I'm saying? All over this damn country. So I'm not even shocked, to you, honestly.
Listen, Cuomo, he got a blackface picture somewhere. Trust me.
You know what I mean? It's just like I said, it's just ridiculous, man. I'm not
With
even
the way
shocked.
he looked, that's
Mm-hmm.
And
let
think
me
about the
stop.
fact that his father was Mario Cuomo, right?
Right, right.
Yeah.
Think about the shit Mario Cuomo went through,
Mm-hmm.
right, as a politician. And he was white.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And it gave him all kind of racist shit.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Guarantee you his son got some blackface in there.
Right.
What's their last name? What nationality is that, Cuomo?
They're Italian,
Yeah.
but they were dark
Oh.
Italians.
Exactly.
Remember Mario,
Mm.
now his son don't look like his father. His son is not the
No.
same complexion as his father. Mario
No.
was a dark Italian.
Yep.
Yep.
So he got called all kind of names and shit.
Mm-hmm.
See, I'm actually old enough to remember that.
Same
He's
here.
right.
Same
Yep.
here. Same here. You understand? I mean, like I said, I'm not even shocked. I'm not. You know, I'm just like, whatever. There's nothing new. You know what I'm saying? And I see all these people on Twitter. Yeah, let me ask. Let me throw something out there. Sean King.
Who?
Sean King on
Sean
Twitter.
King.
Oh, that dude.
Okay, let me just say this.
Uh-huh.
Part of the reason people have a problem with Sean King is because of his complexion. Let's be honest about that.
Right. Right.
Mhm.
They don't like him off the rip because he don't look black enough.
Right.
Right.
Now, and that's wrong. Straight up, that's wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Now, is he a little sketchy? Probably.
Right.
He's sketchy.
Has he done anything that anybody can prove? They cannot.
Right.
That doesn't mean he's not sketchy.
Right.
But if your biggest problem with Sean King is he's too white looking, you really need to take a look at yourself.
Hmm.
Yep. Somebody had that conversation on Facebook in regards
Hmm.
to are light skinned people or
Hmm.
biracial people not dark enough to be down. And I laugh
Right.
at that. I'm like,
Yeah,
really?
yeah,
Hmm.
yeah.
Really?
But go
Just
ahead.
because
What
they
were you gonna
light
say?
skinned? What about Sean King?
Yeah.
Yo. Sorry.
What were you gonna say?
No, I'm just saying. What are some of your thoughts of that? Because he's always on Twitter and he's putting out these stories and you know on quite a few of them he's like expressing that you should be outraged at certain things going on. And my thing is he just like kind of like a fire starter. You know what I'm saying for that outrage and whatnot. And that outrage might take us away from focusing on different solutions.
So,
You understand what I'm
let me say this. Does he do anything different from Tariq Nasheed? They both.
saying? Well,
Yeah. Yes, he
uh-huh.
does. Yes, he does. Don't don't
Well, no,
don't
no,
don't
no,
put him with that
no, no,
asshole.
no, 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 no. I just asked. I'm not trying. I didn't say that. Don't put words in my mouth. I'm asking. Do they not both? Their content is similar. In fact, they probably post just about exactly the same thing. Except for I don't care for Tariq Nasheed. Y'all know that.
Hmm.
He's a moron to me. He's a pimp.
Well, right. I mean, my thing is, I don't really care too much about him. Be perfectly honest, because I don't
Right,
really have listen to what he says, so I couldn't tell you. I
right,
honestly couldn't
right.
make a comparison, to be perfectly honest.
But he pops up on my timeline and I
Hmm.
see
Hmm.
stuff. I might scroll past it
Hmm.
because
I would say the difference for me
Hmm.
between the two is that Sean King will bring up things that need to be brought up, but he will also try to come up with a solution.
right. Tariq
Tariq
don't offer one.
Nasheed, Tariq
Hmm.
Nasheed just wants to put down black women, put down black men, and call them faggots and all kind of. Basically, Tariq Nasheed is just a stupid motherfucker. Um,
Probably
and
because Tariq is probably gay
yeah, but I would
himself.
love. That's a cat I'd love to run into. Trust me, I'd
Hmm.
love to run. Now, Sean King, I could sit down with him and have a conversation, debate, whatever. We may not
Right.
agree,
Right.
but we could agree to disagree and still work towards the same goal.
Okay.
You understand what I'm saying? Whereas Tariq Nasheed, you can't work towards the same goal with him. All you want to do is punch him in his face.
Well, you've seen his books, right? The books he's written.
Nah, dude, I would never know, and I would never even pick
Well,
up a book
no,
that the man
I
wrote.
haven't read. Look, y'all should know about me.
Right.
I peep what you do, so I can use it against you.
Ah,
I don't read his. I would never read one of his books. It's
No.
beneath me. But
Now, our brother
oh,
Ronan Black says, hold on, man. Our brother Ronan Black says, I don't ride with either one of those cats.
right.
and ain't nothing wrong with that. Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Right.
Right.
Exactly.
Tariq Nasheed is a pimp. He has other aliases. King Flex. You a pimpin', bruh. Your first book was about light pimping. I can't ride with you. Then you put out R&B songs recently. You got an R&B group.
What?
Oh yeah, you know I've been slaying him for a minute on the
Nah,
low.
listen, I blocked his ass like 2 years ago, man. And if somebody posts him on my timeline, I blocked him.
He's doing. Listen, 1 minute you are King Flex the pimp. Next minute you making bad R&B. That's a ripoff for the time, and it's not even it's not good R&B. And then he also quoted. He said that if a black man was to marry a biracial woman, he should marry the biracial woman who has a black father because
Wait,
he
what?
has a biracial wife. I'm putting all his. I connect all the dots. He's a
I'm, so,
clown.
I'm sorry, say that again, because it's so many things that just my head just exploded. So I need you to say that slowly again for me.
Oh, okay. He he even is there's a YouTube video with him stating that he has a biracial wife and that if a black man is to have a biracial wife, her father should be black if she is biracial and you're gonna marry her as a black man.
Did you catch that, Chandler?
You okay? He dropped the phone.
Yeah. No. I had to switch over to my headset because I got to take the dog out.
Oh.
But yeah, it's just so many things wrong with that. Listen, dude, listen. And I get we said it's Ronan, right?
Yeah,
and I
it's
get
wrong.
it. If you don't want to rock with Sean King, I got a problem with that because Sean King has done some things that are problematic, and I totally understand that.
Right.
I don't totally ride with Sean King, but there's
Right.
things he said I agree with, and
Right.
even Tariq Nasheed. I don't care for that moron, but there's things he said I agree with also.
Actually, there's nothing he's ever said I agree with, but that's just me. I'm funny that way.
Right.
But that whole statement, first of all, if you are judging your prospective life partner by whether their father or mother is black or white, you don't need to marry that person because you fucked up in the game right now. Okay?
That's true.
If you're judging your prospective life partner by the race of their mother or father, you don't need to marry that person because you are basically screwing up their life by marrying them because you're an asshole. If I love you, I don't give a shit if you came from Martians.
Right.
All right?
Exactly.
I don't give a fuck. Now, I don't have to like your family. Be clear. I get the whole I'm marrying your family thing. My thing was always this. Yes, I'm marrying your family, but I ain't gotta like them. I will show up on all the important holidays. Other than that, I ain't fucking with them. Right?
And be respectful.
Exactly.
As
All you
long as
have
they're
to do is,
respectful to you.
even if they not, you meet the requirements, which is the major holidays, birthdays, and anniversaries.
That's it.
Other than that, you ain't got to show up for nothing.
Nah, hell no.
Right? Yo, my aunt's nephew's niece's birthday, yeah, I'm not going to that.
Negative.
Why? Because I don't like your family. I told you that. It's not that deep. You know what I'm saying? but you
Right.
show up at the required events. But if the reason you don't like their families, well, your dad's not black, my man, listen, or young lady, listen, don't get married, and then go check yourself because you got some self hate going on.
Right.
Hmm.
Right. Listen, I met
Mhm.
some biracial people who are down. They down for similar things that I'm down for. I met some black people. I can't ride with you. You know, you on some other stuff like the football player who just said he married a white woman because he want
Oh my, yeah,
beautiful light babies, and him and his crew sat together and said they got light babies, so they did a toast to that.
oh my God. Wait,
You know,
what?
I it's in the group, or it's in the group. You even talk, you even responded to it. The dude that's smiling, cheesing with the super blonde, and he got locks too. And every picture, all I see is his teeth.
Yo, let me tell you something. Hold up. Yeah. Yo, hold up. Let me tell you something, man. Let me just say this shit, man. I don't this,
I can't rock with him. He
let
got a
me.
lot of self hate. Go ahead, on.
He got a lot of self hate. That's obvious, man. But again, I don't give a fuck who you date. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
But for you to do something like that and toast and just because you got light skinned kids and shit like that, this is fucking ridiculous. That's
And they
self.
want to make more light skinned kids.
See, this is self hate on a high ass level. You understand what I'm saying? Which makes no sense. This is just pure ignorance, stupidity to epic proportions. You understand what I'm saying? I'm just like, come on, man, really? I'd like to see this guy and slap the taste out of his fucking mouth. Him and his boys. You understand what I'm saying? Straight up. I'm not gonna lie to you. You know,
Right.
because
Listen, I don't I
it just
don't
comes
care
ignorant,
who I
man.
don't
Come
care
on.
who people deal with, sleep with.
Yeah.
I don't
Whatever.
care what sex you deal with,
Mhm.
sleep with. It's none of my business.
Exactly.
But my man, yeah, I used to work with a dude when I was mad young. I was in my 20s, and I hadn't gained any. I hadn't traveled or done anything really. So
Hmm.
very limited in my think space. And even in that, this dude had a texturizer in his hair. He had light eye contacts, and he's a dude. He had a light, no, he was kind of brown skin. Um, had we used to talk about who we dated or whatever.
Okay.
So he was into white girls. He told us, and I had to leave him alone and not converse with him unless it was work related. After he said what he said he saw Amistad with his girlfriend who was white. She told him, "Oh, something about seeing a black man in change just turns me on." And
What?
yes.
Wow, wow.
And even in my limited, you know, thinking and maturity, I just was like, she said that to you, man? For real, son? Then me and my fellas had a little discussion about him. We couldn't rock with him no more.
Yeah,
Nah.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my God. You know what? And I think I told you guys this before. I was stationed with a cat. I'm not gonna say his name.
Hmm.
His first name was Bradley.
Hmm.
um, he's from Kentucky.
Hmm.
Brother
We, yeah,
or
brother.
not?
We used to, yeah, brother. We
Okay.
used to hoop together, right? He was tall, thin, and black is the ace of spades, right?
Right.
He said he wasn't black.
Hmm.
He said he didn't like black women. Now his mother was
Mm.
black. He was black. He was blackity black. Black ass, blackity black. Okay. He didn't like black women. He would never date black women. He only dated white
Mhm.
women. And he considered himself Irish.
Hmm.
I know a girl like that in college.
Now, and
I
and
met a
and
girl like that. Go ahead.
the level of self-hate that you have to have for
Hmm.
that is off the charts. off the charts.
Right.
And we used to have conversation with him like, yo, dude, what is wrong with you? How do you look in the mirror, man? The fuck? But there are those of us out here who feel that way.
Right.
They hate the skin they're in.
Mm-hmm.
And it's sad, but it's true. So it doesn't surprise me when we tell stories like this, because this is what goes on. This is what part of our problem is. This is why we can't do anything together, because we still doing a paper bag test to each other.
Yep.
If we're still doing a fucking paper bag test to each other while everybody else is putting us down and discriminating against us, how in the hell are we ever going to succeed in anything?
Right. Right. And let me be clear. I've dated sisters from every range, light to dark. I love sisters, and you know, it is what it is, from light to dark. I've had like Chandler said, in the group, my brother Eric that calls into the show. Eric seems to think that it's just down south that we have this light and dark thing. No, it's here too. I know cats who said to me, "Yo, why you dating her? She cute, but she too dark." What do you mean she too dark?
Right.
You know what? I can't converse with you right now. And I had a sister I went to college with. She was from England. She said she wasn't black. She said, "I'm English." I looked at her like, you know, I used to mess with her every day. I was like, you can't. Do you put that on your You put that on your census card? Do you put that on applications?
Right.
She said, and she had the accent, the English. I'm not black.
Yeah.
I'm English.
Oh Lord. All right.
Jamila, you are black.
You're
Jamila, can you go to a clan meeting? No. Can you hang out with the skinheads? No.
You chalk that one up. You can chalk that one up. I'm just saying. You know what I mean? Listen. This whole thing with the skin, light skin, dark skin, you know, it doesn't really.
It's global.
It's global. It's an issue that's been with us for centuries. You understand what I'm saying? Maybe I shouldn't say centuries, but years. I'll say that. You know what I'm saying? Like back in the slave days. You know,
right?
House nigga, field nigga. Yeah, you understand? That's just what that it stems from that, and we have yet to get rid of that stigma. You understand? Which is shameful. You understand?
And it's other stigmas like
oh, for sure.
I'm writing a screenplay. When I was in college, I had a friend. He's from Long Island, Queens, from the nice side of Queens. Real intelligent brother. He's an attorney now. He's one of my really good friends. Now our boy Larry. I bring him. You know, we all hang out. Larry goes, "Man, he corny." I'm like, "Bro, why you going?" Man, he talked too proper. He from Queens. Now that was Larry back in the day. Larry might not say that now.
Nah.
But I'm like, yo, my brother is mad cool. What are you talking
I'm back,
about?
fellas. I had the dog made me cut the phone off.
Okay. Yeah, you know, you can't you can't judge people off the way they talk.
Right.
You can't judge people because they might have education and you may not. So you think they're better than you or different. Actually having somebody who speaks intelligently will be the person I want to rock with.
Right. Exactly.
Especially, you know, now that brother is an attorney.
Basically.
Stop.
It would behoove you to try to rock with that person as opposed to shunning them because they talk a little better than you.
Is that the dog?
Oh shit. Oh, can you guys still hear me?
Yeah, we hear you.
I'm sorry, man.
I was like, is that the dog, man? What's going on?
I thought I muted the mic. My bad.
But yeah,
That was funny. That was funny. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
yeah, it's I don't sit and I never did.
What?
Even when I was immature, I didn't really sit and judge somebody because they were different from me. I accepted you if you were cool with me, I'm cool with you.
Mm-hmm.
Till you disrespect me, then I gotta, then
Right.
you catch the Max 611 you don't want to catch, whose
Nah, no
mouth
doubt.
is reckless, because I'm
Right.
gonna insult the hell out of you.
Well, I kind of caught that flack as a young man, growing up.
What flack
Speaking,
did you catch?
well, speaking a certain type of way. Yeah.
Same here.
I
Cats
caught.
call me, I grew up in the hood. Cats call me college boy
Mhm.
because I went to
Man,
college.
look, my name is Chandler. I grew up in Bed-Stuy. I'm from Coney Island. I grew up in Bed-Stuy. All right.
Mhm.
My name is Chandler.
Oh
Think
yeah,
about that for a
you
minute.
caught it.
All right. Now, adding the fact
Oh, please, that's nothing.
adding the
No.
fact that I was the smartest person in every school, not class.
Mhm.
School I was in.
Mhm.
School. Okay. I was offered to be in Mensa when I was 7 years old.
Mhm.
I was the smartest person in every fucking situation I've ever been in.
I hear that. No,
So
Hmm.
now, growing up, young black man, glasses, thin, right? From the projects, named Chandler, and you smarter than everybody. Dude, I had to fight. You know what I'm saying? And regardless of the fighting, you still had to hear all the brainiac shit and
right.
all the
Right.
nonsense. You know what I'm saying? You talk white, this,
Mhm.
that, and the
Yeah.
third.
Yep. Yep.
And then you run into white people and they say, "Oh, you speak so well."
Exactly.
What? I'm not supposed to? What? Or this is what I heard most of my life. You must have grown up in a white neighborhood.
All right.
Why would you
Oh
say
my
that?
God. Oh
Well,
my
you're
God.
so intelligent, and your name is Chandler, and you're so smart, and you speak so well. So I couldn't have grown up around black people, huh? Dude, we get it from every fucking end.
Hmm.
Right. The chick I
Yeah.
went to school with, who said she wasn't black because she was from England, she said, "Mark, you're from Brooklyn, right? Isn't it scummy?" I was like, "Yo, I grew up with a park, a big ass park near my house in the hood. No, all of Brooklyn isn't scummy, you moron."
Hmm. Hmm. Yeah. Yeah. That's it. It's something. Well, just like he gave his name Chandler. Just imagine Rodney.
Oh Lord.
Yeah. Okay. So I had it just as equally hard. Except
Look at my
I wasn't fighting that much though. I'll tell you that right now.
Oh, Rod is a hell of a lot better than Chan. I'm just saying. Right?
There wasn't a lot of people that called me Rod either. I got the full, you know what I'm saying? It was no
yeah,
shortcuts.
Chandler.
There was no
Oh man.
nicknames. Okay, so it was no Rod or RJ or nothing like that. No, it was Rodney. You
Rodney.
understand? Yeah, thank
Rodney.
Chan
Oh,
is about
Rodney.
as white as you can get if you're gonna take it, down from Chandler.
you.
Oh, and wait, and then I grew up with all my children with my man that was the bad guy. All right, what was his name? Palmer Chandler or whoever.
Yep.
What the hell was his name?
Hmm.
I
Yeah, you
think
know
that
what I'm
was his
saying?
name.
Yeah. So I was the bad guy on a soap opera.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. Yeah, all my children. I got you. I got you.
You you know now I'm gonna mess with you. You shouldn't have told me that.
Because
So
see,
he
people talk about friends. I'm like, no, no, no. Go back further to all
right.
my children.
Yeah, that's
Now,
true.
now I'm gonna be out of pocket with Chandler. I'm gonna call
Right.
him
Now,
Chan
listen,
from now on.
I've heard
Nah, not
my
even that.
name.
I'm gonna
I've heard
send him.
Chandelier, Changler,
I'm
Chandler, Chantler. Dude, you
Oh
can't
wow.
butcher my name any more than I've heard it.
You know what I'm gonna do for you? I'm gonna start sending you some memes of all my children from that character. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna find those memes on
But
Twitter.
Chandler, similar happened to me. I was like the smartest kid in class. Um, my last name is Cunningham. It don't get no whiter than that.
Hmm.
So Happy Days was on. You know I got called Richie. I wear glasses also. Hey, look at little Richie Cunningham.
Yeah, I can see that.
And you know me, I would respond back, and then they'd leave me alone eventually. But
But I can see that.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, and like Chandler said, we get it from all angles, and it's really
Mm-hmm.
why we can't get together. We have situations where if you're this, you're not black enough.
Exactly. Exactly.
If you're that, you're being too black.
Right.
You
Mm-hmm.
know, because I
Yep.
had a girl. My friend set me up on a blind date. The girl was attractive. She lived in East Elmhurst, Queens. So she told me, the date was just crazy because she was just my not my style mentally. She was very superficial. Oh, you live in Brooklyn? I would never come to visit you. I'm like, really? You live in East Elmhurst? You acting like it's not, East Elmhurst ain't Beverly Hills.
No.
She asked me questions about I think I had on a sweater that night because it was in the fall. Where'd you get that from? I said, probably Macy's. She was like, oh, I only shop at Benetton. I'm looking at her like, really?
Oh boy.
Meanwhile, she didn't have a winter coat, and it was fall, and it was kind of cold that night.
Mm-hmm.
She had on like a denim jacket and two sweaters. I'm like, so you shop at Benetton, but you ain't got a coat?
Mm, mm. Well, she
So
was
yeah,
stylish. She was trying to be
huh?
stylish. She was trying to be stylish.
Okay,
That's
she
all.
was freezing.
Well, you already listen. That's nothing new. They still do that. They still do that to this day. You understand? You got these chicks out here be fucking 18 degrees outside. On a Friday and saying like they want to be out there showing their legs and all that shit. You know what I'm saying? Trying to be cute. So that's nothing new. That's going to continue to happen. You
Yeah,
know.
I ain't give her my coat though, cause you tried to down my neighborhood. So sit there and shiver while I'm warm.
Oh
'Cause I
God,
had on my snorkel and a sweater.
asshole.
But
Well,
yeah, why
oh
do we
God.
do that? Why do we still continue to do that? We won't get over that block
No.
of, like I just said, you're not black enough, you're not this enough, you too much of that,
Yeah.
and
Well,
just find commonality with each other.
too hard to do
Find
that. Too hard to do that. You know what I'm saying? It's too hard to do that. It's too difficult. You understand? Just like we talk about, putting the work in. Well, what was Ivy's post about today? About she had said something that was very, very
This is a good question.
great question. I'm trying to remember it.
She
Um,
had a few.
yeah, she did. But it was basically something to the extent of why complain or about not complain, but why worry about boycotting when you could build your own?
Right,
You understand what I'm saying?
right,
And
and
this is in reference to the whole the Gucci thing. You understand what I'm saying?
right,
And she's right. She's like, why? If we did it ourselves, we wouldn't have nothing to complain or slash boycott about. You understand what I'm saying? So, but the answer that I gave and many others, like, it's easy to complain and bitch and moan than work hard and try to make your own. You understand? It's much easier. So and it's a fact.
right.
Nobody wants to put the hard work in. You know what I'm saying? That's just what it is. So this
Hmm.
applies to what we're just talking about right now. You understand? As far as trying to build and shit and trying to have some type of commonality, but we can't have that when we have distractions, when we have self hate. You know what I'm saying? That's
Hmm.
out there. You're fighting odds. We're swimming upstream instead of swimming downstream
Right, and
naturally,
going with the flow.
organically, and going with the
Right.
flow. We don't have that. We go the harder way. You understand? We going against the grain. Shit is ridiculous. It's ridiculous. You know, and it's a
Oh,
shame. Very shameful.
what Ronan said in the chat room.
Mm-hmm.
He said we have a segment of black folks who subconsciously act just like the white bigots that they constantly complain about. Very
Mm.
true. Good
Yes,
point.
indeed. A great point, actually. You know, actually, that's a great point. It's true. You know, but I'm just saying, I'm like, yo, nobody wants to. It's fucked up, man. It's just fucked up. You know, it's been
Hmm.
fucked up for years and years and years, and it's going to continue to be fucked up for many, many more years and years and years, unless we can actually put it together. But I don't see any evidence of that happening in the near future. Sadly, you know, sadly, I would hope to be fucking wrong, but I don't think I am.
Right.
You know.
Listen, we don't think socially together as a people. We don't think economically
Hmm.
together
Hmm.
as a people, and we definitely don't think politically together as a people.
Right.
And
No, I mean, check this out. Now, or you and I, we discussed Kamala,
Hmm.
and the
Right.
reasons that you wouldn't vote for her have nothing to do with who she married or anything else. Do you
right,
realize that the biggest thing people keep talking about with her is she married a white guy? What
Exactly.
the
I realize
fuck
that.
does that have to do with anything?
It has nothing to do with it.
right. Look
It
at
has
her
nothing to do with it.
political record.
Exactly. And that's what I'm looking at. You understand what I'm saying? And that's what I'm looking at. It has
Holla
nothing to
made a
do with that.
right. Holla made a great point. Chan, I don't know if you saw her commercial.
No, I didn't haven't yet.
Okay, peep her commercial. Hollop said she said nothing. It's all nice and beautiful put out, but she said nothing that she would do for any constituent, any group of people, anything that she would do for any group or anything. She just did what the DNC continues to do.
Mm.
Right. And you know what? Here's the thing. I get all of that. And so what I'm saying is this. If you don't want to vote for her because of what she's done in the past or what she's
Right.
saying, all that, listen, we can agree to disagree
For
and
sure.
still, you understand what I'm saying?
Hmm.
Right.
But it's part of the reason I'm on her side because she's a black woman. Absolutely. I'm gonna be
Hmm.
clear about that because you know
Right.
what? Part of the reason I was with Obama because he was a black man. I'm gonna be real
Right.
clear about that.
Right.
And
Right.
Hmm.
I don't care how it sounds.
Hmm.
Okay,
Right.
but yeah, I want to vote for somebody who looks like fucking me. All right.
Hmm.
Right.
Now we got other women, and honestly, be quite honest with you, I'm probably gonna vote for a woman simply because
Hmm.
of where I am and how I feel and women and all of that thing. Y'all, you guys know how I get down with that. I'm probably
Right.
gonna vote
Right.
for a woman. Simply because
Okay.
it's a woman. I'm probably gonna vote for the best woman. I'm voting for a woman. I'm clear on that. I ain't voting for no fucking white man. All right.
Hmm.
But if the only reason you, as a black person, you don't want to vote for her is
Hmm.
because she married a white guy,
Right.
Yeah.
you need to go fuck yourself.
Right.
Because if that's the only reason, you're a dumbass. Now, if it's because of a political stand, because you don't feel she says anything and all of that, listen, I can respect that. And I will support you in that. You understand what I'm saying? I gave 16 years of my life, 10 concussions, 13 surgeries to
Hmm.
support you in that.
Hmm.
But if the only reason you won't vote for Kamala Harris is because she married a white man,
Stupid.
um, you need to go jump off a fucking building.
Stupid. It's dumb.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Just like somebody said I had to check them. Um what's the dude? They said don't support Byron Allen because he got a white wife. But
Oh,
then I
damn.
look at what Byron Allen has done and has
Hmm.
done in doing everything he's done has been sort of geared towards
Hmm.
improving things in the entertainment industry.
Hmm.
Black
I
people.
mean, Byron Allen was out there by himself for so many years trying to promote black people.
Right.
Hmm.
Right. Right.
That's matter of fact, that's why his fucking shows used to come on at 3 o'clock in the fucking morning.
Exactly. Yep.
Right.
I remember that shit.
Right.
Hmm. Yep.
Right. It's like I remember Holla posted a question for people. If your ass was about to go to jail, and I'm not going word for what he said on his post,
Hmm.
but if your ass was going to jail and you had a chance for somebody to get your ass off, would you really care about their sexual orientation? Would you care about their race? Would you care about how they do politics? or were they the best lawyer to get you off? I'm rolling with the best lawyer to get me off.
Basically, there you go. Simple. Very fucking simple. Yep.
But you know,
Mm.
we got people who just they get emotional real quick.
Very emotional.
Don't really check fact.
Exactly.
It's times I've been caught where I don't check fact, but I try to talk about stuff I already know about before I talk about it.
I hear that shit. Well, gentlemen, I'm gonna tap out at this time.
Oh, you know what that means, Chandler, right?
What? Nigga, get
Yeah,
the fuck
because
out of here.
actually, I was about to do that because I gotta go to the bathroom.
See, look at you. Now,
All
now,
right.
now you talking this bull. You. Oh man, you getting this gas from this guy, man. Really? Now you signed up. You want to be a tag team partner?
Oh
Get
no,
out of
I'm
here.
just I'm
I just
no,
said
you
I was
should
about
know
to
me.
tag out because I gotta go to the bathroom.
No, not you. I'm throwing my anger at Max 611. You know.
Oh,
No, I'm an
listen,
instigator.
it's okay.
Yeah.
That's what I
Listen, man.
do.
Oh,
I'm about to
it's
get in
okay,
Chandler in
man.
a minute.
It's
Now.
time for you to go to bed. You understand what I'm saying? Your better half came in there and looked at
Yeah.
you and said, listen. And she didn't say anything, but the look said this. If you actually want to get under the covers with me, you might want to bring your ass on.
You know what? First of all,
Wait, he sounded just like Devs. I could see Dev saying that same thing to you.
you know what? Yo, fuck both of y'all, man. How about
But guess what?
that?
I'm getting that Chandler
Yeah, all
later.
right. Whatever.
Oh,
You know what I'm
shit.
saying? So,
I got new intel.
yo, I'm tired like a motherfucker, so fuck y'all, man. You
Yeah,
know what I'm
okay.
saying? Just
Yeah, that's what it is. You tired. Okay.
whatever. I'm
Tell her we said thank you for letting you hang out.
God. You see what I gotta deal with, folks? You see what I gotta
Saw
deal with?
love. Saw love,
Yeah,
brother.
all right,
Saw
whatever.
love. Feel the love.
All right, brother. So that's it for tonight's In the Paint. I don't know if these two comedians gonna be back tomorrow because I'm probably not. But
Now tomorrow we gonna go back in depth with the MVP talk because Chandler
okay,
didn't hear his
okay,
MVPs and how he felt about some of the
okay.
people we mentioned. So
All right, no
if
doubt.
all
If
right,
what?
y'all. I said all
Hey,
right.
you said it. Okay, you know what? Whatever. I'm not. I'm
Goodbye,
not.
son.
Yo, like I said, I don't.
Deuces.
Peace, brothers. So, like I said, let's see if Max Experiment comes back tomorrow with his punk ass self. So, thanks for joining us tonight. People in the chat room, people on the line, thanks for calling. Shout outs, all that good stuff. Later.
Peace.